Today I'm going to tell you my journey of becoming financial free. Hi there, I'm Paul. I'm 39 years old and I'm currently living in the Netherlands with my wife and daughter. In today's video, I want to give you a brief introduction about my journey to reaching financial freedom. It all started in 2016 when I was working in consultancy. I was making long hours and I also had to travel a lot for work. So at that time, I traveled a lot, and most of the time it was just going to work, going back to my hotel room, or driving 1-2 hours back to the city where I was living in Amsterdam. So it was, really thinking, is this really what I want to do for the rest of my life for the coming 30 years? And is this really sustainable? In my mind, the answer was very clear. The answer is no. That moment sparked a really big change in my life. I become really interested reading about financial freedom. And also at that time, I found the book from Rich Dad Poor Dad, which really helped me to understand how finances really worked. Also, the blog from Mr. Money Mustache really helped a lot because that helped me to understand saving rate. So that it really made clear that it's not alone about how much you made, but also how much you save. So that really brought that saving rate perspective to me. It was at that time that I started to save more intentionally. So I was more aware of what I was spending and how much money that I kept every month. That really boosted my saving rate and helped me to start focusing in increasing what I kept after every bill was paid. To boost my saving rate, I quit my consulting job and I looked for a better paying job, but also gave up on some company perks such as a company car because that was costing me a lot of income, but also a lot of tax. After that job switch, a lot of events were happening in my life. So I got married to my wife. We were expecting a baby. And also at that time, we found our new house, which was a new build. So everything was still needed to be built, and a lot of decisions were needed to be made. What floor, what wall. So it was a lot of decisions, but also at the same time a lot of money. A lot of our savings at the time also went into to the house. So our saving and investing rate really went down at that time. But around 2018, that's the moment that really changed everything, because at the time, I think in 2017, I was also very busy with looking for the opportunity to get promoted. However, when that moment hit, when you were hearing that your whole department was made redundant, a lot of things were not relevant anymore at that time. That was really, for me, a wake-up call, because I was thinking on, okay, how am I going to pay the bills for the house, because we have not yet moved into the house. There are still a lot of costs that will still follow, and will we be able to pay our mortgage? And yeah, there were a lot of questions that were popping into my head. But luckily, I think 2-3 weeks after I heard the news of that our department was made redundant, I was offered a job at a different department. I choose to stay, and yeah, the worry was just fading away. But at the same time, that really reignited my drive to become financial free, because I just hate that feeling to be worrying about money, because I was so dependent on my income. But that also somehow remembered of my time when my dad was also fired from his job, and that really created a lot of uncertainty in the family. And that is something that I want to avoid for now, but also in the future. That really started me to look for investment opportunities. And luckily, in around 2019 spring, we found a house which was a potential for a rental property, and we really managed to score that house with quite some luck. So we bought the house and we got the keys around July 2019. Around that time, we started to save and invest more aggressively. And as we already had our house, we were like, okay, why don't we also start to invest more into stocks to just diversify so that we're not only in bricks. So 6 years later, a lot of that happened since 2019 because, as you know, there was the pandemic. We were not able to do a lot, so that really improved our saving rate and also led to quite some good results, as you know, on the stock market. Sure, luck really played a role. However, I think what really helped is our improved financial literacy and also our willingness to take bold moves, which really helped boosting our net worth. Yeah, after 6 years, I think we have reached something that we didn't thought was possible just looking back in 2016 when I was barely saving around 500 euros a month or so. In 2024 last year, something really played in my mind as I was looking about videos about people from Hong Kong retiring in Malaysia. Isn't that something for us perhaps? Can we consider doing some geo arbitrage so that we can retire early? I looked into the option of MM2H, which stands for Malaysia, my second home. At the time, we're like, we should try that, right? So in the summer of 2024, we traveled with my wife and daughter to Kuala Lumpur and we stayed there for a month. Also in the weekends, we travel around, but we just were trying to explore whether this city, but also the moving to Malaysia, whether that was really an option for us. And in that month, we really come to the realization that that is not something that we were looking for because, yeah, we were not really like, we don't really want to stop working because what should we be doing in our daytime? And also, we would live very, very far away from our family and friends. And as a people-oriented person, I just couldn't imagine that I would live so far away from my parents and my sister and also my nieces. That was really not something that I want to consider, at least not for the time being. It was during this trip I met with a friend, an old college friend of mine in Singapore, and we were both having a lot of conversations about what we thought is our North Star. So what is the thing that we want to pursue in life? And that really, like, were really good conversations and also at the right timing. And really what popped in my mind is like personal finance and financial freedom. That is really my passion. So moving back in 2025, this year, I really started to think I should make this passion into action. I started my own company where I provide financial coaching. And also next to that, I want to create some content that can help people in improving their financial literacy and hopefully will help them build their financial foundation so that they can also pursue their dreams and also don't have to worry about living paycheck to paycheck as I have done before. So that is briefly my story about how I reached financial freedom. I hope you liked it, and I'm going to upload more videos, and I hope that you will subscribe so that you can also improve your financial literacy. Thank you for your time. Have a nice evening.